Hey beauties, good morning to you. So I saw a video just now. And I don't know if the father did it because he wanted to show people how to father. And that's fine. And that's fine. Nothing is wrong with that. You know, that's a good methodology. I appreciated it very much. So apparently this girl, she seemed to be about 14, 14, 15-ish, 13, 14, 15. They're about that. She's around that age bracket to me by looking at her. And apparently he searched her bag. I don't know if somebody told him, gave him, tipped him off or what. I just felt that unction. But sometimes, people, God will give people, parents that, vigilant parents who really want to parent their child. They'll feel something is just not right. And I'm glad for that discernment that God, issues upon mankind for those who seek it. And he found a condom in it. So he questioned her while, before she was leaving her because she's dressed. And she's there saying to him, but daddy, you're not supposed to be a big girl, you're not supposed to search for my bag. I'm glad that he didn't retaliate. Back in the day, all time people say, what you just said to me, girl? You want to go back to your maker? You want lick out the whole of your teeth and make them shatter. You know how back in the day parents used to be. But I'm glad that he remained calm and, but firm still and said, what do you mean by that? I don't think you understand life. And I'm glad that he started to make her understand life. He said, listen to me, sweetie. You want to drop out of school and spoil your career? Because some of these big men or young boy or whoever it is, they will sometimes, you put on a condom and they will find ways of uncanny ways of bursting it. And I've heard of it. I heard a big woman talking about that. Who said she tricked man to get money. She said, be careful though. Especially if you're doing the doggy style. Getting the back shot. They will burst it. And she said that is how she had gotten pregnant for a big man that she was dating. He find a way to cut it and so forth. And impregnated her and so on. And she said you have to also consider the STIs or STDs or whatever the name they want to be, right? He said, come on, I want you to uplift yourself. I want you to do well. That is why I have to do this. Huh? You can't go to school. I'm glad that she kind of rescinded. I didn't try to argue back with her father. And then he said to her in the end, go to school. Later we'll deal with that. I respect that. Good father. That was good. That was excellent. In your own way, you really scolded her. You reprimanded her without abusing her. As a man. Because, normally men are a little bit more coarse and rough and tough. And he did not abuse her verbally. He did not. He was not. Trust me. I saw a comment where somebody said he's very calm. Because her father would have sent her home back to Jesus. Something like that I saw in the comment. Solid. I respect what that father did. I respect that. You have to have difficult conversations with your children. They're more exposed to sexual things, sexual immorality, and even good things about sex. The problem is that in the world, but in Jamaica, I'm going to use Jamaica because I've often said this is a country we have demonized sex. Sex is not bad. God would not have created it. It is beautiful. It is a fantastic, a wonderful thing, but it has to be contextual. It has to be done at the right time. At that age, I kid you not, beautiful people, I wasn't thinking about that. I gave so much trouble. Me just a picnic. When I'm 12, 13, 14, 15, all when I'm 16 to in a sense. Maybe have like picnic, a ramp and up and down and all of that. You understand me? I still little, picnic trouble and all of that. Kick me, please, man, back and all them little things. You understand me? I really was not thinking of, and I'm so happy. And I'm not saying that to brag on me. I'm just saying that we're living in a different world where people's hormones seem to kick in very early, even before they go through puberty, because of the exposure what their eyes are seeing constantly at a very young age. That is why when you hear some of them saying, I don't buy into, I've heard friends that they say they believe people are born a particular way. That is the non-straight way. I don't use the other words because I remember one time using the official words and maybe it becomes problematic. Right, that they're born that way. And I said no, what has happened is that we are sensory motors. We learn through our senses. So whatever a child is exposed to or the lack thereof at a very tender age, especially between the ages 0 to 7, 0 to 12 in holistically, then you will find that they will start to think on things that they should not be thinking on at a very, very young age. At 0 to 3 are very significant. You see, the first 3 years of that picnic, they better watch them like a hawk sort of thing, not overbearing. But you have to be careful of what is deposited in them. 0 to 3. Read John Piaget's and Vygotsky about child rearing. and what happens at certain ages. So you have to be careful of what is exposed to them. You have to shield and guard them and safeguard them. You understand me? The first 7, but really say the first 12. Thereafter, you can probably pull back a little bit. When I say pull back, I'm not saying that not be vigilant as a parent. But, you know, you don't have to be so tense now. You can say, all right, thank God, me set the cement, me set the rough sand, me set the gravel, me set the stone, the I'm a little bit more now. Now I just have to guide them because you don't want to be too overbearing. That's not good parenting when they become controlling and overbearing. People don't like that. God give human beings volition, and at a very young age, people recognize that. They don't want you to take that from them. Yes, you have to be, you know, their guardian and parent and make sure that they don't get into certain things. Teach them accountability, teach them, which is responsibility. Teach them discipline so that when they reach a certain age, trust me. And as soon as you slip up to as a parent, they come and say, Mommy, remember you taught me there. You have to say, right, me want to pick me now at school me now. In a respectful way, I'm talking about disrespect. You understand what I'm saying to you? People? Brilliant father. Brilliant. That was a brilliant. And you know why I admire that? This is not, you can, based on how he speaks, you can tell he's not no privileged man in terms of socio-economically. He's not, you know, up there. He's not in the upper echelon of society. And when you look even at the dresser and all of that, you can tell a struggling, you know, maybe not necessarily inner city, maybe countryman or wherever it is, a try make ends meet. And still master parenting as best as he can. I respected that so much. I loved how he handled it from start to finish. I saw it on Pink Wall. You can go and look at it. You know? And when the little girl said, "Me a big woman, you know, you're supposed to, no, big girl, you know, you're supposed to search up my bag." You know what I'm saying? But you know, easy. Like him say, if I never did this, I would know that you had that condom in there. You right? Because you don't understand, they will trick you. You're not, and he said something fundamental. You don't have that. He didn't say the words that I'm using now. You don't have that emotional intelligence to know that they're tricking you, to know that this is a using thing. This is just their lustful emotions just riding, and they want to get that release. They're predators out there, and when you get taken away and all kinds of things happen to you, then you will understand. Well, I think when he said that part, she started to you can see her like she, you know, sorrowful in a sense, or maybe it's just the look. Well, I'm glad, as I said, she didn't, as Jamaicans would have said, back chat our father. I'm glad she never did that. I'm glad she didn't argue. She said her piece. I mean, she felt a way that he's not supposed to be. I'm glad he did. And parents, sometimes you may have to do that. You're not supposed to stop trying to bow you being your child's friend. Yes, they can think of you as a friend in a sense, but also let them know that you are the authority figure. Not to browbeat them, but to safeguard them, to guide them, to protect them. And know that you don't disrespect me. No. You're not going to disrespect me. Especially when you're living under my roof. And now if you live off of my roof, you're still not going to disrespect me. You're not going to come feel like you can. No. Sometimes you have to watch carefully, make sure you put measures in place that they don't just watch anything willy-nilly. Although, yes, they're exposed to media. I understand they go and they're exposed to secondary sources of information. We do. But you do your part. Set that foundation. Don't worry about the external or the extraneous things out there. God will take care of them once you do your part. Once you do your right investment. Training them up in the admonition and the nurture of the Lord. Train up a child in the way that he or she should go, that when they're old they don't depart. It doesn't mean that they don't stray and make mistakes. It means that they will remember all the fundamental things. I've often said when I went to school, Sister late, great and venerable and gifted and esteemed Sister Mary Stephanie, people from all, even immaculate, used to hear about her. They feared that woman. She commanded respect. She wasn't a bull, but she commanded respect. She used to say, ladies, do not walk on the lawn. And we would give trouble sometimes and do it. Now, as an adult, if you see me walk on the lawn, it must mean there's some rubble in the road, some debris, or something is wrong with the road for me to walk on it. Me even walk tiptoe. I'm so nervous. It took root because she never stopped. Respect to you, Daddy. Respect to you for that. I loved that. And I'm glad that the Pink Wall showed that video. You know? Have these difficult conversations with your children. Stop trying to say, but if I scold them and reprimand them, they're not going to be my friend. Why you looking for your friend? God tell you say you're a friend if you have to make with them? You know how to be a friend but still be a parent. That's your number one duty. Be friendly but firm in your parenting if you're looking for a friendship. Be friendly in your parenting. Make sure your parenting is correct and right. Firm and loving, affectionate, but discipline needed. Guys, follow me on TikTok. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please share this message.